We are getting to the end, folks. That's always nice and fun before we can start painting these cabinets. We are going to have to sand them, prep them, and get ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over it in two different videos here. One's going to be the Bondo video. One's going to just be the wood filler. I'm going to go over this, what you're going to use on which one, and what type of like damages, fills, that type of thing you're going to work on with each one right now. So right here with the MDF, I'm going to come up close. We're looking for some nail holes. Can't really find too many. I have them more in the fronts and stuff, which I'll go around. But here is a nice little scratch in the MDF. Okay, so that scratch that's going all the way down, there's actually no feeling of depth in it. It's just scratching the finish of the MDF, which we will be sanding off no matter what when we actually finish, like get the cabinet ready to go for paint. So it'll be just part of the step along the way. As for nail holes and stuff in the front here for MDF, now you can use Bondo to fix these holes. Bondo, the problem with Bondo when you're doing holes like this is you probably have a few to go through, and Bondo dries really fast before like you get a chance to work with it all. So to go around your whole cabinet with a little bit of Bondo, you're gonna have to do like a little bit at a time, mix a little more at a time, then keep going and do it that way. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. The holes are very small, so using wood filler is the way to go on something like that, on both the MDF and the plywood itself, right? Okay, so I would do that wood filler all day on those ones. When it comes to bigger things like this, sorry if the camera's going all over the place here, with these screw holes that we used, okay, in our technique number one, when we had to screw from the outside, if you choose to screw from the outside, these should be filled with Bondo. Bondo's not going to move. It's not going to stretch, it's not going to expand or shrink or anything like that over time, so that's probably one of your best bets. Now you're going to get down to something like this for the nitty-gritty that we're going to fix. This one's a gross gouge. I've been paying attention to it from the beginning. Kind of just let it happen. We don't really care because we can fix it, and we want to show you how to do that. So this will be filled with wood filler all the way around there. Okay, there's a couple of dents that were probably previously in the wood before we got it, can't tell, but you know, if you're not too careful with your stuff, that's what it's going to do. Plywood's kind of a little bit weak that way in a sense, and you're going to get these frayed edges along the sides here. This one is a veneer based plywood. It's like a Baltic birch, but it's a lower grade. I tend to like using that a little bit better, but if you don't sand your stuff or you don't go with a sharp bit and that type of a thing, it will tend to fray and that there. I will use Bondo to fill all that there because it's going to need some strength for the T-mold and that type of a thing. It's not the end of the world. Your decal will cover it, that type of a thing, but if you're not putting a decal on it, then you're going to be wanting to make sure that you do the best you can. All right, and then down here for our monitor little chunk that I took out here, okay, I'm going to fill all that with Bondo. That's the best case scenario for fixing something like that, would be using Bondo, all right, because it'll have strength as well as longevity. All right, so I'm going to mix up some Bondo here, and I'll show you how that's all said and done.